Hi everyone, it's Charlotte from the Kia Hyundai channel, and today we're going to be talking about something that is new for Kia, and that is going to be matte paint. So this year on select models on the 23 Sportage and on the 22 Kia EV6, the package 2 version, Kia has introduced the idea of doing matte paint. Both of these vehicles have it in a gray, and we're going to be showing you the gray, of course, on the EV6 in our demo today, so stick around for that. We do have a cleaning demo of how to actually use the products. But first, I'm going to talk about why we are dedicating an entire video to just matte paint and how to clean it, because a lot of us know how to use a car wash and a lot of us know how to clean our cars. But when it comes to matte paint, it is different. So I do have the Kia Matte Paint Care Guide in front of me, and then I also have the information and instructions for the actual Kia products that are recommended to do for matte paint for your vehicle. So the thing about matte paint is it is a unique exterior treatment to give your vehicle a different appearance than just regular glossy paint, which is what we're used to seeing on different vehicles. And the reason that matte paint requires so much specific care is that it uses a different coating that actually diffuses light instead of reflecting it like how glossy paint does. And that's also what gives it that flat, matte finish as well. So we're going to start by talking about some of the do's and don'ts for when it comes to matte paint. So I'm going to flip this over, make sure I've got them all right. So when it comes to matte paint, one of the biggest things is that you don't want to be using any wax, detail spray, or any products that are made for normal paint. So what does that mean? It means that, your regular degreasers, your regular soaps, everything like that, you don't want to be using that on your matte paint finish because it can create shine spots. And once you create a shine spot, it's impossible to get rid of. You would pretty much have to recoat or repaint the vehicle, and nobody wants to get into that. You don't want to use any products that are abrasive. That includes your cleaning materials, nothing that's gritty, like I said, like a degreaser. And you don't want to rub it very aggressively. You want to be fairly, you want to have a gingerly approach to cleaning the vehicle, and you want to make sure that you're using softer cloths. No paper towels, no terry cloth, nothing like that. And then also, one of the biggest things when it comes to matte paint is you don't want to use a car wash. And that's because the soaps and also the brushes, they can be very abrasive on the vehicle and they can actually ruin the paint. And again, we don't want to get into that at all. You don't want to use any cleaners or polishers. You don't want to try to remove any foreign substances like tree sap, bird poop, all of that good stuff with a, where'd it go? Again, with using a very abrasive approach, you want to do it gingerly and with the right materials, which I'll talk about in a couple minutes. And pretty much hand washing when it comes to your matte paint vehicle is going to be your best friend. So those are a lot of the don'ts when it comes to matte paint. So what are the do's? The do's, of course, are going to be use the proper techniques and the proper chemicals to actually wash the vehicle. Matte paint, although it looks gorgeous, it is high maintenance, it is expensive, but the best things in life are. So I'm going to switch gears here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the products that we do have from Kia and what comes with it. Now, this matte paint care kit is available on Kia's website under their parts and accessories. So this is designed for those who are taking their vehicle home and are going to be doing the cleaning maintenance on it. So I want to break it down into two different sections. The first one is going to be kind of your first time wash when you first get the vehicle, and then also maintaining the wash on the vehicle. So for first time use, in order to keep it looking as close to how the vehicle comes from the factory as possible, you want to start off by doing two things. So first is you're going to use the matte body wash, the matte paint body wash, and just like the name applies, it's body wash. So what do we think we're going to do with it on the car? We're going to wash the body of the vehicle with it. So what you do is you take about 2 capfuls of this matte body wash. You're going to put it in a giant bucket, like a 5-gallon bucket, and you use about 2 caps per gallon. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to make sure that it gets all sudsy. You're going to use the mitt that is supplied with this kit and rub it onto the outside of the vehicle. Just get it all nice and sudsy. And then after that, you don't need to wait for it to dry or anything like that. You're going to use what's called the matte paint coating. This you can use while the vehicle is wet, like I said. And what this is going to do is it's going to act as a protective coating on the vehicle. So what it does is it's going to keep the paint protected from etching, staining, and fading. So not only does it keep it looking in great shape, it's also nice and protective. So that's what you want to do after the first, when you first take the vehicle home. And then in order to maintain the care on the vehicle and the appearance on the vehicle, they do recommend hand washing it between 1 to 2 times a month, depending on your driving habits and depending on where you live. So what you want to do when you're maintaining the vehicle is, again, you're going to start off with the matte body wash. Nothing's going to change on that. And then if you have more stubborn spots when it comes to, like tree sap, bird poop, all of that good stuff, well, not good stuff, that's why we want to get rid of it, you're going to go and use the matte paint cleanser. So if this was a glossy paint vehicle, this would be like your heavy cleaner or degreaser to get rid of that stuff. You can use this just with the microfiber towel. You can spot use it, but it's going to get rid of that stuff that's a little bit more hard to clean. After that, you're going to use the matte final finish as well. And what this is almost like a lighter cleaner, again, for maintaining, and you can use it for spot treating the vehicle or for those little emergencies that can sometimes come up. So what is this good for? This is really good for fingerprints, dust. You can use it on bird droppings as well. And it's kind of like a touch-up spray at the end of the vehicle. If you do want to go the extra mile, it is recommended to reapply the matte paint coating every 6 to 9 months, again, depending on how you drive the vehicle. And I forgot to mention that, but this is applied with the supplied foam applicators, and we're going to show you guys that in the cleaning demo as well. So that concludes a brief overview of the product. So let's get into the cleaning demo, and we can actually see these in action. All right, everyone, so today I am going to be your detailer. So that's right, the boss is getting a nice little car wash from yours truly today. Sorry, no bikinis today. So the first step is I have applied the body wash into this 5-gallon bucket here. I used about 4 caps and put 2 gallons of water in, so about a 2-to-1 ratio. And I have just put it on the hood of the vehicle, just like how you normally would. Now, when you're washing your car, just like any other one, you are gonna obviously wash it top to bottom, because as the suds roll off, it's gonna start washing the bottom. You don't wanna start from the bottom in case any dirty water gets on it. So this is the supplied foam pad that they do use, and it's recommended to use this with the matte body wash. So now that is all wet, which is nice. And now if this is going to be your first time, what you're going to do after that is you are going to be using, my hands are all sudsy, the matte paint coating. This is only applied when the vehicle is wet. So you don't need to, you just kind of rinse it off with some distilled water, and then you're going to apply this, doing about 8 to 10 drops on your foam applicator, like I mentioned before, and do some overlapping strokes, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit as well. All right, so I just took a quick second to go and rinse off all of these suds from the matte body wash. You can see the vehicle is still wet. We are in the video bay, which means I don't have our typical pressure washer, but if you do have a pressure washer at home, you do want to make sure that you keep it fairly light when you're hosing down the vehicle. You don't want to do anything greater than 2,500 PSI, again, just because we want to keep it consistent. We want to be fairly gingerly when we are washing this vehicle. So now it's wet, it has been rinsed off, and during this time, this is when you're going to be using the matte final finish and then also the matte paint cleaner. So the matte paint cleaner, like I said, that's going to be more for your harder to get off, your more stubborn substances that are on the vehicle, like tree sap, bird droppings. So what you do with that is you just spray it. I'll be honest, this vehicle doesn't really have a lot because it was washed last week and it hasn't been driven a whole ton, but I'm going to see what I can find. Looks like there's a couple spots down here. So what you're going to do is you're going to spray that on. You're going to take a clean microfiber towel, and you can just gingerly wipe that away. So there was a couple spots down here of dead bugs, and those have all come off. Now there aren't going to be a lot of areas where I can go and use the matte final finish, but you're going to apply it in the same way. You're going to use a clean cloth. You're just going to spray it on the vehicle and then wipe. And you want to make sure that you're keeping light pressure when you're wiping, again, not to create any shine spots. After that, when that is all completed, this is when that matte paint coating is going to come in handy. So I'm going to start by opening that up. So the hood of the vehicle is all wet. I'm going to use about 8 to 10 drops per panel, and you're going to use overlapping strokes to apply it on the vehicle. The nice thing about this as well is it doesn't need any time to cure. It can just go and be applied right on. I'm just going to do this section. And again, what this does is it acts as a protectant and keeps the paint also in good condition against the elements and against shine spots. Okay, so I just applied the matte paint coating on this side of the vehicle. I just kind of dried off the hood to see if you could pick up a little bit of a difference on camera. This side, I don't want to say it looks shinier because it's, it's matte paint, it doesn't do that, but it does look fairly evenly coated. And I know that even though it is clear, it is going to give it some additional protection, which is very nice. Again, not too sure if you can even see a difference. It's even hard to see it from the naked eye. So on camera, I'm not really expecting it to show up at all or anything like that. But pretty much what this product is designed to do, these products, is it's designed for you guys who are at home who pick up these vehicles that have matte paint. So that's also why I wanted to do it myself, because if I can follow the instructions and if I can do it myself when I have some detailers at my disposal, that means that you guys at home watching can definitely do it yourselves too. My thoughts on matte paint specifically, of course, it is going to be high maintenance if you do need to continue to clean it. Some people, their lives just they don't quite have the time that allows for that, but it does look quite nice. So it's beautiful. If you want to go for the aesthetic of it, then go for it. But if you're looking for something a little bit less maintenance, I'm going to recommend just sticking with regular glossy paint. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video on matte paint, the do's, the don'ts, and also a nice little cleaning demo. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it too. If you guys have any questions about matte paint, please make sure that you put them in the comments down below. We'd love to answer them since we know that matte paint is something new from Kia. We haven't seen it before yet. As always, make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe. We do have some more videos coming down the pipeline. We actually have some inventory showing up by the end of the next month and the beginning of next month. So we would love to have those videos brought out to you guys. As for this matte final finish, I'm going to put this as a nice little surprise for the owner of this vehicle in his center console or his glove box. That way, if he needs to do any last minute touch-ups, he has this available for him. And as always, we will see you next time.